the fuel issue will be one that the CS cannot hide away from. And the reason I say this is because inflation is at 6.3%. And the drivers of inflation is fuel and food. That is definitely what the issue is. And therefore, the CS has to come up with a way of addressing this issue. You will remember that last year, they introduced a petroleum bill that was supposed to reduce VAT to 4%, reduce LPG, VAT on LPG from 16% to 8%. And this is because of the issues that the Mwananchi was facing at the time. That bill went through the first reading and then it went quiet. Now, it has actually caught up with government at the moment. Yes, the subsidy is there. It's supposed to bail us out. But even this subsidy is actually is out of money that the Mwananchi has actually paid. I think what the CS needs to do is review the taxes that are connected to fuel. Okay, because we can't hide. We can't just say that we'll be using the subsidy to sort us out. Indirect taxes are a consumer tax, meaning that the consumer suffers the wrath of the tax. There is excise tax on the fuel. There is custom duty on the fuel. There is VAT on the fuel. Can the government consider to review this? Reduce the VAT maybe on the fuel from 8% to 4%. Will that be something to consider, or even slightly reduce it to 6%, so that we are not always running to see how to save the common Mwananchi through the fund, but also through a reduction of the tax. It's the consumer who bears the wrath of the indirect taxes. We are keenly waiting to see how he treats the fuel issue, because that's one thing that is driving inflation. He cannot hide away from it, but anything he does from it, he knows will create a hole from a revenue collection perspective. And if he doesn't do anything about it, remember, we've got 2 months, so the bill will be tabled today. Hopefully the finance bill will be out. The parliament needs to dissolve by the 10th of June. So in between, most stakeholders will definitely be given an opportunity for public participation. And if nothing is done about the fuel, we expect to see a lot of public submissions geared towards fuel. And because the members of parliament are going back to the common Mwananchi, they need to save face. They need to say that we passed this, we did this to reduce the rate. So even if we don't see a reduction in the finance bill or in the budget statement, we expect to see some of it coming through the process of public participation. And when the act actually comes into force, we should be able to see some changes with respect to taxation of fuel. Wow.